Hi everybody. This is going to be a bit of a tutorial video. I've been asked by someone, Bill Mazon I think his name is, hopefully I've got that right, as to how I do my score sheet. Now, I'm assuming it's how I fill in the score sheet as opposed to how the game is played, but I'll give you a quick overview of that. Anyway, there's individual play and then there's team play or doubles play. They're made up of 8 players, and what happens is the first two, they're called posts, post 1, post 2. They play and whoever wins stays on the court. Whoever loses goes to the back of the queue and the next one comes in, and you carry on all the way around until somebody gets the required points, which is usually 7. We're going to play a spectacular 7 here. So in other words, first point to 7 wins the game. And you keep going and rotating until somebody scores. Now, you'll notice that this here on my score sheet goes all the way up. 1 and 2 are playing the first one, as it always is, all the way up to 8. That is called the first round. And the winners of each one of the matchups gets 1 point towards the 7. Once you go past position 8, you're beginning to rotate again, and each win then is worth 2 points. You'll see it on the score sheet. If I show you one here, this is the old way of me doing it. I've got myself a new way here. See if I can find one with more than... Right, so 1 point for that, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. But here it gets 2 points because it's in round 2. And round 2 is always the rest of the game after the completion of round 1. For the pairs, exactly the same score sheet. And it's like doubles tennis. One person serves and somebody returns it, and so on and so forth. What Keith has done in his rules is, and I'll show you in the doubles, is that they take it in turns. But I've come up with a little bit of a twist on that. And I'll show you that as well, how I'm going to start playing doubles. And then it's up to you whether you want to use that or not. So that's how you fill a score sheet in, and I'm going to play a small game and show you how it's done. So I like to keep stats, and this method is a bit difficult, even though I've got all the results down here. 1 plays 2, 1, 1, so plays 3, 1 plays 4, 4, then 1 plays 5, so on and so forth. I found an easier method of doing it, and I'm going to show you that now. So, Theodore Nuises, I'm assuming that anybody knows how to play this game that's watching this. So let's see, a 2 is a good serve, 7 does not get returned, so Theodoro beats Nuises, so 1 is the winner. And what I'm doing now, rather than put a line across there, is I put 2 in there, so that I know that he beat post 2, because I'm keeping a track of who beats who in our competition that myself and Paul Gorby are running. I've got a little grid of the 32 players, and at the end of it I'll know how many times they've played each other and how many they've won. So Nuises goes out, Souza comes in, 7, and here you'll see 3 plus 7 is a bad serve. So what happens there is I put a B in there to show it's a bad serve, and 3 wins the game. So Theodoro will go to the bottom, Souza will become the server, and what I do here is I put a 3, I put a 1 because 3's beaten 1, and then I put a B in the top corner and put a circle around it, so I know that this player lost because of a bad serve. Souza and Isaias, 10, another bad serve, so 4 wins that game because of a bad serve by 3, so put a 4 in there and a B. Isaias goes over to here and Cochrane comes in, post 5. 6, good serve, 2 does not return it, so 4 wins, and he beats 5. So I've got a track of who is playing and who is beating. 10, good serve. 5 returns. 5 returns back. I was just playing this through. Now doubles is inside his range, so what happens here is that this 7 goes down 1 for this next roll, so 2 to 6 is his range. So he's got a 7, so he's lost because it was an excellent return, a 2-roll return, and so 6 beats 4, so I put a 4 in there. Noah will come over here. I'm hoping to get an ace. That's a 3 there, so 4 is an ace. So I put an A there for an ace. 6 goes through and 6 beats 7, and I put an A at the bottom. So when I'm counting up aces, totaling up aces, I've got it for each player across. The bad serves are a bit more difficult because I've got to take note of what the number is because it's not in their line. So that is what happens here, and then we come to the last of round 1. 6 is a good serve. 3 does not get returned, so Noah beats Mercedes at 8. So then I have to fill both numbers in. 6 is then going to play Mercedes. 6 is then going to play Nuises 2. So we've now finished round 1. So all the wins now are worth 2 points. 7 is a good serve. 8 is unreturned. So Noah again wins. So what I now do is I'll put the number in there 2, and then I'll put an arrow across. So it shows I've got 2 points, and now he's on a possible game point because another win would then give him the game. So Theodoro comes in. So 1, 6 against 1. 3 is a good serve. 8 is an excellent return, double 4. 5, he still gets it because it's 2 to 5 and it's a 5, so he's got it back. 8 returned. 8 and he misses. So Theodoro wins. Beating 6. Arrow across to show it's a 2-pointer. Theodoro takes over, and Souza is now the new player, which is post 3, so 3 goes down there. 3 is a bad serve. So 3 wins, beating 1. That's the second time he's beaten 1 because of a bad serve. He's not had to do much, Souza. And this is effectively how we go along. Another bad serve there by Souza. He's playing Cochrane, who's 5. So 3 and a B, and you continue. I'm going to stop there because that's all I do with the score sheet on singles. So you just continue until somebody gets to there, and then if you've got to work out players for place and show, you do so. So here's the doubles, and this sheet here is something that I made. If anybody wants one, I can send you the PDF of it, not the PDF, the Excel spreadsheet of it, if you just send me a message and send me your email address. So doubles. Now the way that this works, as I say, it's just like doubles in tennis. Eusebio, the person on the left is going to be the first server, Eusebio, and then it gets returned by one of these teams, players return, blah blah blah, on we go. The way Keith has got this, and we're going to start playing this, and then I'm going to show you the new way I'm going to try out. I've not tried it yet. So Eusebio will serve, Clemente will be the returner. If that returns, then Damien will be the returner, and Penaflor will then be the returner, and then it goes back to Eusebio. So it's a rotation of all the 4 players. At the end of each game, I swap around the players. So Damien would become position 1, Penaflor would become position 2 for that team, and one team goes to the bottom and the other team continues. But you'll see how it goes, and it's exactly the same, 1 to 8. 1 point for the first round, 2 points for the second. So let's see how this goes. 7. 7 is an ace off Eusebio, so I put an A in there and a 1. And this is where it becomes different, because I've got 2 here, and obviously I want to know who's got the ace. So I put an A in there, and because Eusebio is the first one, I put a little arrow that way to show it's this side of the diagonal, not this. So now what I would do is swap those around. I put Penaflor at the top, so when they come back, Penaflor will be the first person. And in comes Sal and Ernesto. 6 is an ace by Damien. That's quite handy. So they've beaten 3 and an ace, and the ace is the right side of the dash, and they swap around. Ernesto goes to the top because he was the second player, and in comes the next team, Ray and Stefano. 6, good serve from Eusebio. 3, not returned by Ray, so team 1 win. They could end up going through the whole roster here. Swap them round, put them at the top, and then the next team come in, Zawaki and Miguel. So 1 against 5. Damien is the server in this case. 4, good serve. 10, returned. Eusebio then returns it. Miguel gets the ball back. Damien gets it. And Zawicki misses. So team 1 beat team 5. And they come off. I might not get to show you the new way that I'm playing this. Hamid and Sadiq. 7 is an ace from Eusebio. So they've beaten team 6 with an ace. And the ace was Eusebio. This is one hell of a doubles team. And up come Tito and Theobald. Now, no matter what happens here, I'm going to make it that this team lose. 6. So we'll say it's not an ace. 2, and let's say that is a 4. So Eusebio couldn't get it back. So Tito and Theobald win. So 7 beat 1. You just have to imagine that that was the result. I'm going to start showing you the new method I'm going to try. So Eusebio goes onto the top. So they've rotated, and Theobald comes in and is the first person to play because Tito played last time. And it's Zerze and Benito, which is the last game of round 1. Right, so it's 1, then 1, then 2, then 2, then 1, then 1, then 2, then 2, which is not really the way that the game is played. It's the server serves and one of these players returns. So on a doubles game, I'm going to introduce a decider die. If it's a spot, it's the first place. If it's not a spot, it's the second place. So rather than roll 2, I'm rolling 3. It gives a bit more authenticity to the way the game's played. So 8 is a bad serve. Doesn't really matter because we've got 7 against 8. So a bad serve by 7. And that is Theobald. So 8 beats 7. And again, B in there. And Theobald is the server. So the arrow goes that way. So I know which one of these two services was bad. And now we've finished the first round, and so team 8 will play team 2, and as you can see, Penaflor is the right hand side, but he's the first one. So Benito, 3 is a good serve, and Penaflor will return. 4 returns, and it's going to be Benito. 7, he gets it back, and Penaflor is going to return. 11 is no good, so Benito and Zeze beat team 2 Penaflor. So 8 continue. They swap over. Zeze will be the server, and in comes Ernesto and Sal, who are post 3. Mark it down on here. So you've got 2 ways. You can see the progression of the game, and then you can see who they beat and what aces and bad services were made. So 9 is a good serve, and it's going to be Ernesto who's going to return it. 5, Ernesto returns, and it's going to go back to Zeze. 10, he gets it, and it's Sal who's going to return this one. 2 is a fail, so 8 beats 3. Ernesto and Sal go off. Stefano and Ray come in. They swap over because it's Benito's going to serve now, and they are position 4. 7 is a good serve, and it's going to be Stefano. 7 is not going to make it, so Benito and Zeze beats team 4. On comes Miguel and Zawaki. They swap over. Miguel and Zawaki are team 5. 7 is an ace. So Zeze serves an ace, and they beat team 5. And up comes Sadiq and Hamed, who are team 6. 7, good serve. 10, he doesn't get it back, so Zeze and Benito beat team 6. And the only other team with any points of any significance, Eusebio and Damien, come up, and probably would have cleared it out had they not forced it to be a result. So 11 is a good serve, and it's going to go to the second player, Damien. 8, he returns it, Benito. 10 does not count, so Damien and Eusebio. Oh, tell you what I haven't been doing. Naughty, naughty me. All these should have been 2 points. So let's see what I've gone wrong here. 8 played 2, so that should be like that. Then 8 beat 3, so that should be like that. Then 8 beat 4, so that should be like that. And it says spec 9, this one. So apologies, but I was too busy trying to show you how I'm playing the thing now. And then 8 beat 5 to win the game. So apologies for making a bit of a mess there, but really it's more of a letting you know how I'm scoring this than actually playing the game and concentrating on what's happening. So there you go, Bill. That's how I score the games, and that's how I fill in my sheet. If you want a copy of this sheet, I can send you a copy. If you want a copy of this, I can send you a copy. Just send me an email. I'm quite happy to do so. But that is how I do it. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again when we actually play another schedule of Jai-Alai in week 2. Thank you and good night.